Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. We're
It's our duty.
gonna do Varric's personal quest today.
And why haven't you done it?
I guess I was hoping they'd come to it on their own.
And then you wouldn't have to betray Hawke's friends, right?
That's not reason enough to allow a Maleficar to walk free.
Are you talking about me?
Which of us should do it? Shall we draw lots?
You want to turn them in? You work it out with Hawke.
But Varric's personal quest opens up right after doing the
Got a minute, Hawk?
first plot mission.
I know this is ancient history, but remember that Hightown house Bartrand barricaded himself in? No point in keeping a house for a dead man. I've been trying to get rid of the place for ages now.
I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah, it's been a picnic so far. I found a minor noble in Ravane who bought the place sight unseen. But now there's a problem. They say the place is haunted.
I don't see how that's your problem.
I may have neglected to mention the mansion's colorful past to the buyer. They've noticed some minor problems, voices whispering in the walls.
Yeah,
apparitions.
you know, the normal things that would happen after a lot of blood magic.
It's a relic Bartrand brought back from the Deep Roads. We smash it, and the haunting stops.
What happens if we do nothing?
Best case, they drag me before the Seneschal and accuse me of fraud. The worst case involves Antivan crows.
Can't you do this yourself?
Hawk, I'm a businessman. Now and then, I shoot people. I don't know anything about ghosts or magic. It's entirely possible that even if I find the thing that's causing the trouble, I won't be able to stop it on my own.
I'm not an expert on hauntings, but what if smashing something does not make the problem go away?
That's where things get tricky. You come from a family with magic, Hawk. You must have experience dealing with the weird. I'm sure you'll be able to figure something out that will help.
Very well. We'll investigate the mansion. Again.
Thanks, Hawk. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Do you ever feel like you're part of a story that's...
Let's jump over to the mansion. It's basically the same as before, only a bit creepy
Hey, is that music?
in a different fashion.
Coming from?
I don't hear anything.
Something in this house is restless.
I guess the buyer wasn't kidding.
It's not supposed to do that, is it?
Yep, while you are walking
Where's
around
that voice coming from?
this house,
What voice?
you see various supposed to be spooky things. They can get you if you're not expecting it,
I can barely hear it.
but they're not
I wish I could make out the words.
really scary.
Hello?
There are nice
There,
little
Ghost? Would you stop that, please?
tricks they
We're
do,
getting
though.
closer. I can feel it, Hawk. Look at this. My brother's junk was left here. You wouldn't know it, but Bartrand was a sentimentalist. This came from our estate in Orzammar. When I was 7, I knocked over one of Mother's plates and broke it. My brother yelled at me for an hour.
This was made by the artisans of House Saldras. The clay was from the Adro-Setuna River, which never sees the sun. Arr!
You should have told him where he could shove that broken dish.
Ordinarily, I'd have taunted Bartrand into an insensible rage. That day, though, I couldn't do it. That stupid plate was the whole city of Orzammar to him.
So, inside of the house that he sold, he didn't take all his brother's stuff. Varric is
Magic. Oh, many
not
thousands of
the
deaths must have happened here.
best at selling things.
Caused by some random artifact. The idol is still in the house, Hawk. It has to be.
I couldn't figure out exactly what the spooky thing besides the door opening was meant to be. so I decided to, check around to see if there was anything else. But most of it's scripted.
Not going to happen.
So you're going to hit all of them.
Whatever is here is angry.
This is a rather short little quest you end up doing for, like, comparatively to everyone else's. Varric's is relatively short. Because you talk to Varric, you're told to investigate the house in Hightown again,
Are you
go
real?
inside,
You've got to
look
get
around
out
it.
before it comes back.
Where's the idol?
What idol?
Don't waste
have the
my time with
various
your lies. Tell me
cutscenes.
where it is.
If you want
Not
answers,
very
don't
much
take
fighting at all.
She's hiding something,
It's
Hawk.
most walking
Don't
around.
lie to me. I know it's here. You must have found it.
I swear, I don't know anything about an idol. Please. Maker, no! It's starting again!
And I have a feeling that whatever is causing the problems, making Varric seem just a little bit aggressive. And it's also made this ethereal golem. Now, barring one thing, this fight is the same as any other golem fight. Major differences are: 1, its name; 2, its defenses are slightly adjusted differently. Not much, just a little bit, to basically make up for its ethereal nature. And 3 is, after dealing a certain amount of damage, it splits into shades. Not a really tough fight, as long as you are careful on the actual golem part. Him buckling down and doing an explosion still really hurts. If you aren't careful, you can take quite a bit of damage from him. Also, if one of your non-healthy people decide to be the first one on their list to hit, it does not go well. 4 fingers. It does seem, based off a little bit of information we basically have about what's going on in this, we can thoroughly assume that the idol probably is causing this, and that the idol is the Lyrium idol that we found at the end of Act 1, which Bartrand locked us in the Deep Roads for. Essentially, this is lore of the game itself, the game world of Dragon Age, is certain dwarves can hear the rocks actually talk, and most dwarves can actually hear Lyrium sing. So, what Varric was probably hearing was the red lyrium in the idol. It speaking to him and making him go a little bit crazy like his brother was. And because, we're not entirely large idiots, we're not going to let him keep any of it we find. Because we saw what he did to his brother. It'd probably do the same to him.
Strangest dream. Maybe it wasn't a dream.
This is a piece of the idol. No, I should have known Bartrand would lie to me. Of course he'd keep a piece of the statue for himself. Think of what we could do with this.
We came here to stop whatever was causing this trouble. That's the cause. Destroy it.
I know that was the plan, Hawk, but plans change. I could put this shard to good use. I need this thing. 6 years of my life have gone into this. My only hope of finding out what happened to my brother is with this shard.
Everything that idol touches gets ruined. It has to be destroyed.
You're not listening, Hawk. I know I can handle this shard.
That thing is cursed. It ruined your brother, and it'll ruin you too.
Fine. I don't really want to argue about this anyway. Take it. It's your problem now. Maybe Enchantment Boy can dispose of the thing for you. Let's go. I think I could use some air.
So now, to Sandal.
Ah, you've returned. A new letter on your desk awaits your attention.
What? Letters to investigate.
Think you can do something?
After finishing up everything with Varric.
Is that lyrium? I've never seen anything like that.
It's dangerous. Varric suggested Sandal might be able to dispose of it.
I think my boy can do better than that. Ooh, enchantment.
And we get a one-of-a-kind rune from it.
So that's it. You're not returning to Starkhaven now.
There are greater things
Which is
that need to be done.
pretty good.
And what about avenging your family? Does that not need to be done?
So just make sure if you put it into a weapon you really are going to be using for the rest of the game or armor, you want to make sure it's
I can't decide if
something you'll end up
you have or blindness.
using.
At least you
Otherwise you'll waste the room.
Listen, Hawk. I don't know what came over me back there in Bartrand's house. Maybe you didn't mean to, but you did me a favor. Talking
Well,
me out of that.
I was hoping
Red
I could
lyrium.
have to beat sense into you.
Overcame
For
him,
the
which
best. The bruises of enlightenment.
Dragon Age Inquisition goes more into the effects of red lyrium on people, whether they are or aren't dwarves, and it's bad on everybody. We heard something about some mail,
All is well. A new
so let's check that out. Okay. Meredith saying, thanks for the help. Emil's dad been like, thanks to not, just killing our kid. Orsino is asking us to meet him. This is the trigger for the more stuff you need to do for Aveline. And since, well, we're going to be going to the keep anyway to meet with the king.
Let me guess. That's your final answer?
3 mages have fled to Ferelden, and you have intervened to protect them, as if it is your right to do so. What other answer did you expect, your majesty?
A maybe might have been nice.
I do not deal in maybes. I deal in cold, hard facts. As
This
do
is an
you.
awkward point to step
When
in
Ferelden
on.
next chooses a king, it will be one that takes his duty to the Maker seriously.
Well, that was awkward.
You asked to see me?
I did. Or I think I did, anyhow.
This is the champion of Kirkwall.
Right, I'm Alistair. King of Ferelden. And this is Tegan, my uncle. Sort of.
I'm actually Tegan. I'm only sort of his uncle.
I was hoping we could talk. Would have been better timing before being emasculated by Meredith, but I'm not picky.
If you want to talk, then talk.
I know you came here from Lothering, a Ferelden refugee that did well for herself, against all odds. I have to admit, I was hoping your influence in Kirkwall might be of use. Things haven't been going well with Orlais. Without a Viscount here, however, there's only the Knight Commander to deal with.
You were having an argument about mages.
Yes, well...
It is a bit surprising they haven't
the same way about mages as the
got a
does.
new
So
Viscount for Kirkwall.
That means they get nasty. They like that.
Sounds like the Circle is better off in
It's
Ferelden.
a bit strange, all things considered,
Sadly,
that, you know, a position of power in the government was left open for so long.
Of which there aren't many.
Aren't they in your kingdom? Why not just kick the Templars out?
Ha! Easier said than done.
I'm sure there's something you can do.
Perhaps some things are better left alone.
We'll see what comes of it. Ferelden had a blight to contend with, remember? We're not exactly at our strongest.
A lot of your people fled to Kirkwall, you know.
I know. I wish I could have helped them. Their blight devastated the kingdom, and afterwards, well, it hasn't exactly been peaceful. They're welcome back, of course, as are you. But after so many years away, would you still consider it home?
Kirkwall is my home now.
I understand. Ferelden's loss.
Is there to be a war, then?
I hope not.
You're more optimistic than I am.
It is kind of strange, though, that besides just the Viscount, is that
Isn't the most stable place right now.
Meredith is yelling at a
What's
king
happening in Orlais?
of another
The
country
usual. Attempted assassinations, uprising, fancy parties
for
with sticky
something
speeches.
she
Apparently, some Orlesians
can't deal with
think it'd be great
because
to get their lost province back.
it's not her
We
territory.
won't let them swoop down on us, will we?
That's right. Swooping is bad.
You know, with your help...
We are always willing to take more power.
It's not a terrible idea, really. A lot of people would benefit from Hawk running this town.
That's asking a lot.
It's tempting, but I'm sorry to say that my support won't mean much without the support of the Templars. I suppose it doesn't matter. I was hoping to have your help before Meredith got wind of my arrival, but that's done now. What you can do is protect Kirkwall. It will take someone like you to keep it from falling apart.
I'm the champion. If there's a danger, I'll deal with it.
Well, that's comforting. Well, I suppose we should be getting back.
Now, there is special dialogue if you have Isabella, which
By now.
we
You're
do
always
not.
so formal. He has a name, you know.
But next time, Evelyn and maybe Meryl.